We are 2.5 months away from the 2022 NFL Draft. I'm excited because I love NFL Draft season. If you love the NFL Draft, if you eat, sleep, breathe NFL Draft, like this video because here on this channel, we're going to ramp up our draft coverage. So if you're looking forward to it, like this video. What's going on, Giants fans? You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's video, we're going to go over the most recent ESPN Mock Draft where they had the Giants selecting Kyle Hamiliton with the number 7 pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. And with the way that this mock draft shaped out, where the players that I personally wanted the Giants to take at picks 5 and 7 weren't there, I'm not too mad, and I'll expand my thoughts more on Kyle Hamiliton in a second, but let's take a look at that mock draft that came out. They had Neal out of Alabama going number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars, Kayvon Thibodeaux going number 2 to the Detroit Lions, Aidan Hutchinson number 3 to the Houston Texans, and then Ikem Ekwonu. That one hurts because I would love Neal. I doubt he gets to number 5, but my realistic number 1 dream draft day target is Ikem Ekwonu at number 5, and the fact that him and Neal are both gone before the Giants get on the clock, that hurts a little bit. But then at number 5, they had Charles Cross out of Mississippi State going to the Giants at number 5. And then at number 7, the Giants drafted the multifunctional best safety in the draft, Kyle Hamiliton, out of Notre Dame. And I'm cool with that. This was Jordan Reed's mock draft, one of the newer NFL draft analysts and experts to go along with Kiper and McShay at ESPN. So if the draft fell out like this, grade this mock draft for me. A, B, C, D, or F. A, you loved it. I would love to get Cross, and I'd love to get Hamiliton. B, you're cool with it. C, I don't know how I feel about him. I don't really like either guy. D, or F, it was a total failure. Get your grades in right now. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and we can't do it without your help. We've been growing like crazy here at Giants Now, and I want to thank all of you that have hit that big red button. We've gained over 1.5 thousand subscribers over the past 28 days, and I want to get those numbers up some more because the bosses keep telling me, hey, the Giants Now, we're going to get more videos if we get more subs, so help me out. More videos equals more subs, so hit that big red button if you want more Giants content. Kyle Hamiliton, who is he? What does he do well? Let's break it down a little bit. He is a special blend of size and speed. Sits at 6'4", 220 pounds. Despite being that big, he has elite speed. I'm expecting him to run a sub 4.5, maybe a 4.49, 4.48 at the NFL Combine. And he has elite coverage skills for a safety. He can go into the slot and play the slot corner and guard tight ends. He can be the single high safety. He can play halves playing cover 2, or he can play the cover 3 safety. He is a true free safety, but he can also play everywhere else, and he is an excellent tackler. In 2021, he missed just 2 tackles, and just because he's 6'4" and 220 pounds, don't be deceived. This isn't like a big hit stick type of safety. This is a form tackler who really knows how to wrap up and drive. He does deliver some big blows, but he's not just some mauler that's going to consistently flick up on the right stick and look for the hit stick. He is an excellent form tackler, and he's really aggressive in coverage and the run game. He likes to use his hands. He likes to get his hands on you. He likes to undercut and jump passes. He knows how to bait quarterbacks very, very well, and he likes to get down in the box and be physical. That's what I really like about him. He can play free safety, strong safety, in the box, and slot corner. He can pretty much line up at any spot in the defensive backfield and exceed. I really like him. And my pro comparison would be a rangier Derwin James. He's not the physical specimen that Derwin James is, like when he decides to come downhill and lower his hat. But Kyle Hamiliton, in my opinion, possesses the same qualities Derwin James does. He's a little bit bigger, but he's more rangy. He can play sideline to sideline as that true center field type of safety. Jordan Reed, he expanded on the Giants selecting Kyle Hamiliton in the 2022 NFL Draft with pick number 7. This is what he had to say. Hamiliton is my top-ranked prospect in this draft. And although safety isn't a premium position or an immediate need for the Giants, although Jabril Peppers is set to become a free agent, taking the best available prospect is the way to go here. The Giants already have some talent in the secondary with James Bradberry and Xavier McKinney, but Hamiliton is an X factor who could unlock everyone on the back end because of his versatility. This could be seen as a luxury pick for Shane, but Hamiliton is that good. And I kind of want to refute that point just a little bit. Some people say just like he did in that write-up, that safety is a luxury pick. It's not a foundational piece. It's not a position that contributes to wins like an edge rusher, an offensive tackle, or a receiver, or a corner. And I kind of disagree. I'm not in agreement. And these are PFF's 2020 WAR positional rankings, pretty much ranking how, wins above replacement, how much these position contributes to wins. This is 2020 in PFF. They had quarterback first, corners second, and then safeties third. I think safety is a little high because I do think edge rushers and wide receivers and tackles, who's pretty low right there, are higher than safeties. But I do think that safety is coming to be a premium position. With the way the game is going, where teams like to spread out the ball and spread out formations on offense and slide in their best receivers into the slot or take advantage of tight ends like Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, and George Kittle, you need a safety that can slide into the slot and guard those type of players. And I think Kyle Hamiliton would be that absolute exact type of player, an X factor for this defense, and a pairing of him and Xavier McKinney for the next 5 years would be a great sight to see in New York Giants blue and the defensive backfield. We'll continue to talk about Kyle Hamiliton in just a quick second, but I want to tell you about our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. If you haven't got it started with them, do it right now. Go to chatsports.com/bet. And when you deposit $100 and use the promo code CHAT125, they will match that with a 125% deposit bonus. So you'll have $225 to bet in your account. Well, on the Super Bowl, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering the message, and I'm getting you guys hooked up with BetUS, chatsports.com/bet, promo code CHAT125. Bet on the Super Bowl. This weekend, the Rams, they're 4-point favorites. The total over-under is 48.5. I think the Rams are going to cover, and I think this one's going to go over. I'm expecting a shootout. I could see the Rams getting out to an early lead, and then Joe Burrow and the boys come back late. But although I do think Matthew Stafford is finally going to get him one and win this game, bet on it. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. Kyle Hamiliton, what he did at his time as a fighting Irish and with Notre Dame, he is clearly the number one safety in this draft and maybe even the best defensive back in the draft. 138 tackles in 31 games, 8 interceptions, 16 pass breakups, and 7.5 tackles for loss. I like what he does on the field. This is a guy, he was a captain for his team, a special blend of size and speed. He's built like a strong safety, but runs like a free safety. He played all over at his time in Notre Dame, mainly as a deep safety, though. 8 interceptions, 16 career pass breakups, only 2 missed tackles. He did have a knee injury last year that was supposedly a meniscus, but there were rumors that came out he would have been back if the Fighting Irish made it into the college football playoff. There's really not that many things you can't like about Kyle Hamiliton. He would be a day one starter, and just like the mock draft said earlier, he had him as his number one prospect in the NFL draft, and he's not alone. And I understand that I've said in videos past, and I'm not swaying on this, that I think the Giants need to take 2 offensive linemen with the 5th and 7th overall selection. But if Hamilton's there and Aquanu and Neal are gone, and you don't want to reach for a guy like Tyler Linderbaum or Charles Cross at 7, and Hamilton staring you in the face, and he's the number one player on your board, it's going to be hard to pass up on him because he is that much of an immediate X factor. He could step in day one and be the best player in this Giants secondary. 6'4", 220, 4'4" athlete, rangy, big, strong. Kyle Hamiliton is an absolute physical specimen, and I think he'd look really, really good in this Giants secondary with Don Wink Martindale calling the plays. You know Wink Martindale likes to get creative with his safeties in the way that he can get them blitzing, putting them all over the field. I think it'd be really, really interesting and a fun idea for the Giants to think about, and I know Joe Shane is. But if you were Shane, or if you were Dable sitting in the draft room, and Hamilton was there at pick number 7, what would you do? Type D for draft or type P for pass? This would just be the worst case scenario for the Giants, where if Neal goes at 1, Aquanu goes at 4, and when you get on the clock at 5, neither of them are there. I'd be cool with Charles Cross at 5 because you have to take a lineman at 5 or 7. If Malik Willis goes at 6 and Hamilton falls to 7, I'm cool with that. I'd be cool with Derek Stingley as well at number 7, but at the end of the day, I know I want 2 offensive linemen, but if Kyle Hamilton is staring you in the face at 7 with Aquanu, Neal, gone, and you don't want to rush, push, or take a reach on Linderbaum and a trade options down is not available, I think Hamilton would be a home run pick. If you want to stay up to date on Twitter around Giants news and rumors, I'm your guy. Hit me up at @MarshallGreen_. I'm tweeting about the Giants all day, every day. So hit me up and send me a DM. I'll do it on this video. Send me a DM. Let me know you came from this video, and I will follow everybody back that follows me from this video.